Good morning, everyone. We are having an important conversation this morning. When Laoneda Ellis lost her 12-year-old daughter, Mariah, to suicide 12 years ago, she never thought that sharing her story would help her to grieve. Well, all these years later, Mariah's life and death are the subject of a documentary produced by MSU Films. It's called Mariah, and it's been nominated for an Emmy Award. Take a look.
That's when she seen when she had got into that fight with one of the bullies, they put it on social media. And that just crushed her. They reposted it again. And this time when they reposted it, it went everywhere. I'm like, whatever social media site it was on, it was on there. And I think that's what kind of pushed her over the edge.
So Laoneda Ellis is joining us at the table this morning. Laoneda, thanks so much for being here.
You're welcome, you're welcome.
I remember having a conversation with you years ago, right after this very, very tragic event for you. And here you are all these years later.
Yes.
And you're still talking about it to educate. Talk about the importance of doing that.
I just think it's very important that that everyone, not just kids, but also parents know and, allow their kids to know that suicide is not a choice and that we are here. Most kids don't have anyone that they can talk to, but I'm here. And I tell them all the time, I'm here. I have my information out on social media. I'm always open. Kids do reach out. They call me a lot or they inbox me a lot and just be like, Miss Laoneda, I need to talk. And I'm there.
When you were approached by Mississippi State University to do this documentary, was there any apprehension, or were you like, yeah, this is a larger platform for me to get this story out?
When they came and asked me to do the documentary, I was overwhelmed with joy. I was like, yes, this is something I want to do because I want to bring awareness. So I was excited. It was challenging, but it was exciting. It was an exciting time.
So you had cameras following you around.
Yes.
And one of the things I know about this documentary is that you recounted for them really in great detail finding your daughter. How was it for you sitting down in front of a camera talking about that for this project?
Reliving that night was very emotional, and I tried not to cry on the documentary, but it was emotional. We had to stop and start back, but once I got through, telling about that night, it was okay. It was okay. That night, I would never forget. It's something that I always think about. It's the last thing I think about when I go to bed because it's the last image that I seen of Mariah. And that haunts me all the time. And it's something that not only just me, but my baby girl, Lauren talks about it also. And I allow her to have her moment, and I allow her to talk about it. I allow her to cry because that's a part of healing. So when we do, she's always like, well, Mom, why she did it? She's almost 10 now. And she's like, why did Mariah do it? She's at that age to why, yeah, and I don't have the answers for her. So
one of the things you talk about in the documentary is it's focused a lot on bullying. So they talk to you in the documentary, but they also talk to a psychologist, and it talks a lot about the effects of bullying, particularly cyberbullying, which is what you believe led to your daughter's death. What is it that you want parents to know about, these phones, the computers, all of that, and the access our kids have?
Everything is out there, and I know this is the way that we live in this time with our cell phones. People just really can't make it without their cell phones.
So what's your advice to parents? How do we police what our children are looking at?
Parental control.
You also believe that there was some social media bullying happening.
Parental control. It was a lot that went on Instagram. I know a lot of the kids are on Instagram. They have a lot of these little, I don't know what you want to call it, but it's like these little pages that they go on, and they do a lot of the bullying. Once they got all the information off of her phone, that's when I really saw everything that was going on. And I don't think I probably would have ever even found it until the police, set it in front of me and like, this is what happened.
For you now, that is the message, that they cannot just have free access that we need to be, parents need to be
Yes,
involved in.
yes,
You know,
it's
they
a
have the
lot.
phones, there's the freedom, but we need to be there and involved in it.
That's correct.
So now you're going to the Emmy Awards in a couple of weeks. When you found out that this film had been nominated for an Emmy, what was your reaction?
I was actually in the store. It was Memorial Day, and when he called me, I literally, everything was in my hand, just hit the floor. I was like, "Are you serious?" I screamed. Everybody was looking, and I was like, "Oh my God!" And I was just excited.
So you are going, and you know, win or lose, the message that has been amplified is really what's important to you,
That's
right?
correct. Yes.
All right. Well, we'll be rooting for you, and best wishes going forward. If you would
Thank
like,
you.
the documentary has not been officially released yet, has it?
Well, it's out there. It's on social media. It's out on Facebook. So
Okay.
people has been sharing the documentary. So
Okay.
yeah,
Well, it's called
out there.
Mariah. You can search for it. Produced by MSU Films. Laoneda, thanks so much. We appreciate
You're
you.
welcome.
Continue to spread the message.
Yes.
All right, coming up, a groundbreaking cancer treatment could be a lifeline for terminally ill patients. We'll meet a man undergoing a clinical trial when we come back.